What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing I Heard It's a Mess Out There Too by Aesop Rock. Now, this released October 2025, and this was actually recommended to me by one of my viewers. So, finally getting around to it, I had some other albums that I had already reviewed, so those kind of got pushed before it, but now we're on to this, and I had to take a couple of listens to actually fully review the whole thing, so that's why it took me quite a little bit. But yeah, Aesop Rock, I've never listened to him really before. I heard of his name before, but I didn't really know who he was or what type of music he made. His subgenre is alternative, abstract, underground, experimental hip hop, something like a JPEG Mafia or I don't know, like a Death Grips, but I feel like those are more like extreme versions of experimental hip hop. He is more like minimalist beats and just I don't know, he takes a pretty interesting approach to his work. So let's just get into the album and get into the tracks. Track number 1, we've got Crystals and Herbs. I really like the out-of-tune pluck that plays throughout the beat. I think it gives a pretty unsettling vibe to start out the album. Great sample with the "It's a mess, 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 mess." I really like that. It's a short and sweet kind of song. It's only a minute and 30 seconds, I think, but it's a pretty big standout for me on the album. I enjoyed it. It's a short and sweet, great intro though. Next track, The Cut. Spooky synth leads go throughout this song and some snake rattling sounds that add more to the unnerving feeling of the album. Very minimalist, very kind of empty sounding. And I don't know, it just gives a creepy vibe to me. Great flow and hook on this song. This is also one of my favorites. Next track, Full House Pinball. Great bass line on here, you can hear it pretty well. And the song is about rejecting mainstream fame and societal pressures for the comforts of the normal things in life that you take for granted, like quiet, calm home life or something like that. So, pretty cool concept. This is the most popular on the song, and I do recognize the hook, so that makes sense, but yeah, solid track. Next song, Bag Lunch. Great flow and rhyme scheme on this song, one of my favorite rhyme schemes on the album, and the song is about gritty urban life with bars about drugs and just things that you're gonna be coming into contact with if you're living in kind of a crappy city area or something like that. Great imagery and wordplay on this song. He has very complex lyrical abilities. I feel like I really like his use of he uses a bunch of weird words. I really like it. Next track, Spin to Win. This song is about navigating a chaotic, unpredictable life. The song's not that crazy for me. I wouldn't go back to it as much. It just doesn't really have anything that stands out too much, right? Next track, Opossum, or Possum, however you're supposed to say that. The song is about avoiding shallow conversations and playing possum to not have to deal with having useless conversations, just the way that he thinks about life, I guess. He wants to have only deeper conversations, which is pretty cool. He's a pretty interesting guy. So yeah, Opossum, pretty solid song. Next track, Oh My Stars. There's this arcade alien laser kind of sound that goes throughout it, which I think is pretty cool. Potato Leek Soup. Nice piano melody with some DJ rewind type like whoop, 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 like type vocals that would be in maybe like an older like hip hop type song. And great hook on this one of my favorites on the album for sure. Next track, Pay the Man. Solid bars, but at this point in the album I was getting a little bit bored with like the minimalist production and kind of similar flow throughout the whole thing. It does get a little bit repetitive if you're listening to like the whole album at once. And this is just not really a standout for me. But yeah, that's Pay the Man. Next track, Polly Cotton Blend. This song is actually a metaphor for Aesop Rock's method of like combining random sounds, lyrics, and like cultural references to make some art out of it, which I think is pretty cool. That's one of my more favorite like meanings of some of these songs. Usually I don't care about the lyrics that much, but if it's stuff like this where there's actual meaning, you gotta like look into it, you know. Next track, Call Home. This song has that little like GTA sound in it, like the little thing, like with the in the and that with the, you know what I'm talking about probably, that goes throughout the song with the guitar. Pretty cool song, nothing too crazy. And the final track on the album, Sherbert, has a beautiful synth going throughout it that sounds like you're like walking through a field of flowers. And I don't know, this song is just, it's pretty beautiful, bro. It's a great outro. And yeah, that's the album. So, pretty quick review. I didn't have all too much to say about it, but I thought it was definitely solid. My final thoughts, right? For a first Aesop Rock project, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I have to check out more Aesop Rock for sure. Cool minimalist beats. Production does get slightly stale, and like having similar flows and stuff. But great lyrical concepts throughout. And yeah, overall I enjoyed it. I would give it like a 7.8 out of 10. Definitely solid. My favorite tracks on here, the first three, Crystals and Herbs, The Cut, and Full House Pinball. And then Sherbert and Potato Leek Soup. That's my top 5. Solid album. Go check it out if you haven't already. Thank you for the recommendation. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want me to review anything else in the future. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.